What up, what up, what up? I've been waiting to create and share this video with everybody. So here we go. 2018 was by far the most difficult year of my life. As all of you know, life will hit you with curveballs. I moved out of my apartment. My business fucking just tanked. I let it tank, really. My coaching business. And I thought things were going a certain way in a lot of different areas of my life, and they weren't. And you get to a point, and I say you, I'm using myself as an example, but I'm sharing this because I know a lot of different people can relate, and I want to hammer home the point that it is never, no matter how many losses you put up on the board for yourself, they're only a loss to you. And if you continue to let those losses stack up, that will create a personality inside of you. And that will be you. You'll identify with that, and sometimes people just fucking throw the towel in. I mean that literally, like suicide, and I mean that metaphorically. They just live a ghost shell of a life that they're not happy with, but they feel like a failure. And something that I've been exploring in self-help and with motivational stuff, you hear a lot of people say, like, write an affirmation down, it'll become true, it'll become true, it'll become true. And that's fine, but when you feel like you're at your rock bottom and you can't even think about writing down, I'm a success, or I'm awesome. And I'm using a generality, I'm using a platitude here because I want to hammer home the point. When you're at that point, you can't even fathom, you can't even think about that. What I couldn't fathom was saying, I'm gonna do this. I'm capable of doing this. Not even I'm the best. I couldn't even fathom saying to myself, I'm capable of doing this. But here's what I could fathom. And if you can relate to this, whether it's a fitness journey, a financial journey, a business journey, a relationship journey, a spiritual journey with yourself, here's what I could muster up the courage to say. I was able to say to myself, I'm not a failure. I'm not a failure. And sometimes that affirmation is fucking good enough, because to say I'm not a failure will get you out of bed. To say I'm not a failure will maybe that'll get you to the gym. Maybe it's not going to be the best workout. To say I'm not a failure will maybe get you to work. To say I'm not a failure will prevent you from putting a gun to your head. And then guess what? You can transform from telling yourself I'm not a failure into I can do this. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. And then you just fucking see, man. You see where I'm good enough will get you. Maybe you'll get to I'm the best. And I'm not even talking about competing with other people. I'm talking about competing with the person in the mirror that you must face every single day. I want to hear more people after a rough day saying, man, I had a fucking rough day, I want to go to the gym, or I'm going to go to yoga, I'm going to read this book, instead of, man, I had a rough day, I'm going to go to the bar. That's what I want to hear. So, I just make this message as a video to tell you, from a man of experience, of little experience, but experience nonetheless, it is never too late to get your ass back up and to look yourself in the mirror. And maybe you can't even muster up enough strength to tell yourself that you love yourself, but you have enough strength to say, you know what, I can take this small little step today to make my life a little bit better. And then it grows and it's a little better, and that adds up. That adds up, my friends. And this, for me, is just the beginning. More to come. I love you guys. Peace. Love. Gains.